What's up, guys? So you're thinking about starting a pressure washing business to make a little extra money. I want to tell you first, that's a great idea because you can definitely do that. I want to walk you through my first rig and maybe give you some ideas in this video about how you can start your pressure washing business with no money and honestly get ahead to where you can start buying the best equipment and start buying the things that you need that can exponentiate the process for you and make it a lot easier, and you can make a lot more money faster. So let's walk here into my basement and I'm going to show you the rig that we first started out with. Let's take a look. Just got to get the cue right here. All right, we are in the basement. I have not used this 4 gallon a minute for a while. Now, this is a Simpson. This is with a, this is a 4200 PSI, 4 gallon a minute Honda. As you can see, it's been sitting for a minute. I got stuff stacked on top of it right here. I have not used it in a while because now I have 2 8 gallon a minute washers. So I don't need the 4 anymore, but I'm gonna tell you that 4 made me a bunch of money to the tune of probably about 50 grand. You're also gonna need a surface cleaner. Now look, this surface cleaner is not the best, but you know what? It got it done for me when I needed it. That's definitely something that I would not start my pressure washing business without having. So you need a washer and you need a surface cleaner, and I'm gonna show you how to bring all this stuff together here in a minute. Also, you're gonna need a wand. Now this wand right here came, as you can see, it's got dust on the end right there. It came with this washer right here. So I think this washer was about $1,200 from Home Depot, and honestly, it was worth every penny. So that's another thing that we need. One of the last things that we're gonna need is a hose. Now, this is the hose that came with it. As you can tell, it's all rusted up, right? These kind of things they're built for, you know, homeowner use. They're not really built for using them every single day. So there's not a lot of stainless steel and there's not a lot of anything that's not gonna corrode. Most of the things on these things corrode because they're not built for everyday use. All right, so let's get down to the magic right here on what's gonna make this thing tick for you so you can blow bleach and start cleaning houses. One of the biggest things that a lot of people overlook is this little dude right here. Can you see it? You see the little nipple right there? For the beginner guys in here, that is a Downstream Injector. What it does is there's a tube that goes on here, okay? And you stick that tube in your bleach, and then you hook this up to your hose to where when you pull the trigger, the tube is going to suck the bleach in through here and it's going to blow out on the house. Getting that tube and getting this little guy working, there's a little ball in there with a spring, and you need to get it working before you can really do much, because you can't treat anything unless you got bleach, and it's going to be hard to clean houses, especially way up in the air, without spraying bleach. Okay, so this little Downstream Injector is the dude. It's the magic maker, and you can probably buy a new one online if you needed to. You could definitely buy a new one online, but usually they come with a machine and they're strapped in line like this right off the pump. So get your machine, you get your hose, you get your gun, your wand, you get your surface cleaner, dude, and I'm telling you, you get you a couple things of bleach and you're gonna be like good to start. Now, there are some other things that I want to talk to you about that can make this job a lot easier for you, okay? And one is a swivel for your hose. The other is a ball valve for your hose, to where you can unhook your wand. You can shut off the pressure and you can unhook your wand and you can hook it into your, surface cleaner. You can hook it into anything else, to where you're not having to shut down the machine all the time. Now, when I first got started, dude, I had like no money. I was driving around in an old like 02 Suburban selling deals, okay? And I was selling jobs for like, $1,000, $1,500 for house washers, and I didn't even own a pressure washer, okay? What I would do is I would just sell it, and then I would go to Home Depot and I would rent the washer the day of. Man, I had so many horror stories with Home Depot in the beginning because I would get a washer and the downstream injector on the washer didn't work. So if you can afford a used washer and the downstream injector works so you can blow bleach, that's the way to go. Like, even if it's a used washer, I don't care. Like, if you gotta buy a new one, do so. I know the one that I bought, the downstream injector early on didn't work, just out of the box. So sometimes you need to get another downstream injector because that is the magic maker when it comes to blowing bleach on houses, all right? So this is all the early basics right here. You gotta have a washer. You need to have what? Surface cleaner, a wand. They're gonna come, your washer's gonna come with an assortment of tips. You gotta have a hose, right? And maybe even a ball valve, you know, so you can shut it off. You don't have to shut the engine off. Dude, I'm telling you, I used to walk around the yard and just shut the machine off and switch it up, and I would just periodize the timing to where I would finish something, and then I would be, you know, I would finish the house and then I would start on the concrete. So where I wasn't having to shut down all the time. You know what I mean? So really, those couple things are all you need to get started in this business. And you can literally stick this stuff in the back of your truck. Hell, keep it in the back of your truck if you got a washer, and you can drive around and make probably an extra 3K a month. That's a 4 gallon a minute machine. It's gonna take you forever to do a lot of concrete. And if it's aggregate, you might even grow a beard doing concrete with that thing. But who cares, right? If you can make an extra $500 to $600 in a weekend or in a day, which is fairly simple, like, this can start the process to where you're able to leave your job if you want to, and you're able to make more money for your family, spend more time with your family, have more time for them. That was my reason for starting this business, okay? Is because I had no money at the time. I was living in my van, 15-passenger van at the time. I was broke. I would literally have $500 in my bank account to my name. So I had to rent the washer. I had to sell the deals because I couldn't afford to buy a washer at the moment, all right? So you can do this. You can get started however you need to. If you're needing to do that route and you're broke right now, just go sell the deal and then go rent the washer, and they'll give you a wand, they'll give you a hose, it comes with everything, and you just go do it. And eventually what you'll do is you just save the money you make, then buy you a 4 gallon a minute machine. Currently right now we have 2 8 gallon a minute machines and a 500 gallon tank. We've got, you know, soft washers, we got everything that we need in the period of about 2 years. But it was because I took the money that I made and I put it back into buying better equipment. All right, so with all that being said, we know what we need now to start our business. We gotta have a little washer, right? We gotta have a surface cleaner, a wand, tips, hose, and we're pretty good to go right there. But what do we really need to change the game to where we can make the most money, to where we're not constantly shooting ourselves in the foot every time we go price jobs? I see this all the time, even with bigger guys who have big equipment. In the pricing arena, they shoot themselves in the foot because they're charging too little. When I told you that I was charging $1,500 sometimes, well, a lot of times, for houses with a 4 gallon a minute machine that I was pulling around the yard, right? It wasn't mounted to a trailer. Nothing classy about it. I didn't have any shirts. I probably wore this same shirt to go do the bid. It was a black shirt, I'm sure, because I wear a lot of black. But it doesn't matter, right? So the mentality on your pricing is what's going to allow you to move forward. And if you look at any of the videos in my channel, I talk a lot about pricing. I talk a lot about the things that you're going to need beyond equipment. Now, the industry wants you to believe that equipment is what's going to change the game for you. If you just have this booster pump, or you just have this other, you know, proportioning system, it's because they're selling those things to you, okay? When really everything that you need is already right here. You have to change your pricing paradigm. So if I can urge you to do one thing, it's to, right when you start off your little pressure washing business, okay? You need to start off expensive. And what I mean by that is, maybe, here's what everyone does, call up a company and allow them to bid a driveway that you know of, right? I've had people do this to me and I can sniff them out now. But early on in the game, I had, you know, a guy who owned a window cleaning company call me to bid a window cleaning job, and later down the road I see him in some of the photos for a window cleaning company. So obviously he was playing me, but it's funny, you know. I don't even know if his business is still in business right now, but it doesn't matter. Just call somebody, get them to bid it, figure out what they're pricing, and then bump yours a couple cents per square foot. Okay, start off like that, because the vortex is getting into pricing things and undercutting. And I don't say that because I care that you undercut or that you could undercut me if you're in my region. Like, honestly, we take business from cheaper dudes all the time. You know, we take business from guys who are way cheaper than us. The homeowner calls us and says, these guys are 800, you guys are 1400, can you work with me? And it's funny because those guys who bid $800 definitely thought they were like gonna stick it to us, or stick it to, you know, whoever the bigger guys in town were. But the joke is on the individual who went out there and thought he was gonna get the deal for a lower price. I never beat the price. I came down to, I think, from 1400 I came down to like 1100, and that guy was still at 800, and the homeowner was stoked. The homeowner was stoked, paying $300 more. So let that sink in for you when you're getting started in this business, in that the homeowner's not inherently focused on price. Price is like third place. The biggest thing they need to think is, do they trust you? Do they trust you? And do you give off an air of naivety, an air of neediness, right? Because the homeowner's not gonna go for your bid if you need them. They smell it, right? So that gets into a much deeper situation. If you want to learn about like high ticket sales tactics, download my PDF here in the description. It's free. I love talking about persuasion and high ticket sales and the process of, you know, NLP when it comes to selling and how to position your business in the best way possible to where you can get the most money for your work. Like, this isn't a charity, and if you're trying to get involved and build a charity around your business, you're going to completely be disgusted with how little amount of money you make, because people will allow you to clean their house for free. Walk around and ask people, hey, can I clean your house for free? They'll let you, okay? They will let you. Isn't that crazy that someone would just let you clean their house for free? Well, you're saying, well, I would let you clean my house for free. Exactly. So go the opposite direction. Take control of your pricing. Take control of your situation. And you dictate the outcome. Now, I hope you guys are great. Getting started in pressure washing can be daunting. It can be challenging. If you don't know where to go, check out some of my other videos. They're all over my channel about what we're doing in this pressure washing industry. Window cleaning, we do that as well. I started off as a window cleaner, but quickly transitioned into doing both. So check it out. I hope you guys are well. Click the link in the description and get started today in your pressure washing business. Look, I see 150 different dudes rolling down the road with Troy Builts in the back of their truck all the time, man. And I think it's awesome. I think if you have the ingenuity and the desire to go out and make this money, you can definitely change your financial situation, as I did with this business. And it's an awesome opportunity, because the cool thing is we take people's water and we blow it back on their house at a higher pressure. So it's kind of unique in that regard, right? It's basically labor and gasoline and some chemicals, right? So what do we need? Pressure washer, even if we gotta rent it. Surface cleaner, right? Our wand, our hose, and a ball valve. We don't really need a ball valve, but I like a ball valve, just so we can unhook and hook up to certain stuff without shutting the machine down. And that's pretty much it to get started. I hope you guys are well. Hey, click the subscribe button, like this video, give a comment below if you're just getting started in the business, and let me know where you are in your beginning stages, and maybe even what challenges you're working through right now, trying to figure out how to position yourself in the market to where you can make more money. I'm Aaron Parker, and this is the Lean and Mean Academy. Have a good one.